I quit.
Yeah, no, same actually. Oh, see you later, guys.
Oh, shouldn't have done that. That hurt. Oh,
What'd you do? Liam's going. Bye, Liam. So, Sean, how you going?
very good, thank you. I started going to the gym with Aaron last week after Gladstone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I
And
remember
now I'm
hearing
in a
about that.
lot of pain.
Oh, that's because you went with the gym junkie, bro. You should have known better.
I
I think I was
just,
someone
I,
who knows what they're doing.
I just got
What
back
the fuck are
and
you guys
I'm
doing
a
here?
hurting.
We were here the whole time.
Oh,
And my
We're the
name's Sam
angel
Rice.
and devil on your shoulders.
all right.
You decide upon which one we are.
Well, do we want to do a tier list though?
Let's do
Sure.
it.
Yeah,
We're
while
hanging
here?
out. Why not?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, let's
Look
whip
at
it
fun.
up.
This is a
What should we
hobby
do?
chat and chill.
Well,
Yeah,
you're
it's not a hot tub
you're
stream
here.
yet.
We're we're prepared for your expertise.
Yeah.
It's a
Herpy-
big call.
Herpy has
Hey, this man came
recently,
second recently.
recently coming off a second with the Hobbits, and
Yeah.
Is here to spread his knowledge to the rest of the world. Spread his
I would
his
hazard to say
supreme
that
skill.
Herpy is the premier Hobbit player here in Queensland.
Oh, in Queensland. Okay, I'll pay Queensland just because no one else plays them here.
Premier
Maybe Australia.
Australian Hobbit player. Yeah.
Maybe Australia, New Zealand.
Premier
Maybe
Oceanic.
I feel like that kind of.
The oceanic premier Hobbit player.
I just always remember that there's always someone younger and better than you are at everything.
At everything.
And I'm not going to say that on camera.
Let's not.
He's in Hong Kong at the moment, actually.
Hello.
Who's in Hong Kong at the moment?
The dude that's better at being a Hobbit player than you.
Oh my God.
He's probably 5.
He's 7. He's actually 7. I'm pretty sure he's my sponsor child. I'm pretty sure.
I'm leaving again, I think, actually. I think I'm done again. Oh,
Wrap
it up, baby. Let's
leave.
Redo it.
Oh, we're here! Wow!
Hey,
we're here for a tier list.
We're doing a tier list.
Noob Nation.
Look at all those profiles. Hell yeah!
Truly, so fucking many.
Wahoo! Oh, okay.
Wow. I was collecting these fucking things about half an hour ago, and I took all the screenshots. I have no idea who 7 of these guys actually are. There's a model.
I'll hold your hand. I'll treat you real sweet, and I'll run you through it, baby. It's gonna be fine.
Oh boy!
Please, I'm very excited.
Oh boy!
It's the Shire. We're starting off with the 4 big ones.
The biggie boys. You want to start with the travelers?
Start with the travelers because that's what.
Should we go in army book order? Is that the way we should do things?
That's basically what it's doing right now. So.
All right, let's start. Figure it out, shall we?
We got Frodo of the 9 Fingers.
Frodo of the 9 Fingers.
Of the 9 Fingers. Coming in at a whopping 60 points. The most expensive Hobbit hero.
Hobbit
at 60 points.
Specifically, yes, yeah.
Yes. Hero with the Hobbit keyword. We don't count G-Daddy. G-Daddy doesn't count.
I know he's not in this list, but I think
he is actually in the Shire list.
Well, no, I mean Bilbo, Hobbit Bilbo.
Oh yeah, he's what?
Hobbit era Bilbo.
Yeah,
Hobbit era Bilbo is more expensive than Frodo.
Oh, that doesn't count.
What about?
Well, you said the most expensive Hobbit hero. So...
In the heroes of the Shire.
Anyway, Frodo of the 9 Fingers.
Frodo
and the Ring of Doom.
I'm going to be honest.
I heard that song. Oh, it's a good one.
No.
I'll be honest. I think this dude is just a glorified 6-inch banner.
He's a glorified 6-inch banner,
yes. If I may take the floor for a moment, you are 100% correct, and he honestly should be in every single Hobbit list. If you're not taking Frodo, it's because you're taking Will Whitfoot. That's the only other option.
What if you took Halbarad?
That doesn't count. It's not in the Shire. That's a ranger.
It's not an alliance.
No.
Although if you are doing an alliance with the Shire, Arathorn and Halbarad slap. But that's for another video.
Anyway, yeah, look, I think he's easily.
I think very solid.
I think I would argue S.
S.
The thing is, I see where you're coming from because he will be in like literally every single Hobbit list. Like
the only time he's not is when you take Gandalf the Grey, when he can't be,
or Bilbo,
and then but if you're taking Bilbo, you're taking Gandalf. You don't.
Yeah.
Like they're a pair, and then the Travelers are a set. Like you don't mix and match. So Frodo, I think for me, belongs in S tier because you start your Defenders of the Shire Legendary Legion, which all attempted competitive lists of the Shire should be. And then you go Merry and Pippin because you physically have to till you take the Legion. Yeah. Then you go Boldo, then you go Frodo. And those are your 4 first heroes. And then every points after that.
I feel like you've already then discounted him down to 80. You've already taken 3 other heroes over the top of him.
Well, I would actually take him over Boldo.
No.
Really? No. I like those traps though.
Yeah, we'll get to Boldo, but I'm happy with him. I'm happy with A. I'm happy with A. He's definitely A, 100%.
I'm very happy with him sitting in A. Like the D6 is very nice. 6-inch banner is very nice. His synergy with nice. Is it Will Whitfoot?
Yep.
That's really nice. But
no, it's not. Will doesn't have the synergy. Will's another banner. The synergy comes from Falco.
No, what's the dude that?
There's more. Falco. Yeah, there's more. We'll get to that in Falco though.
Falco does stuff as well.
That one.
Yeah, we'll get that.
I really rate that.
it's a good.
The fact that he can't strike and all that. I think they're not doing too much anyway, most hobbits. But I don't know.
I think the biggest thing with Frodo is like, yeah, he's a 6-inch banner, but a 6-inch banner and a banner in general in hobbits, like you're maybe getting half the value out of a banner just purely.
No, you've never been more wrong, my brother. You've never.
They're only fight 3.
They're fight 1, and that's the best part. Because being fight, it's like having high fight value, right? It's the opposite of elves, but it's the same.
Yeah.
When you have high fight value, you want the banner to win more often. When you have low fight value, you need the banner to do those wounds when you can.
Bell curve with banners, in my opinion, where you go super high fight value needs it, super low fight value needs it. That middle zone, you're like, I could go without. Yeah. I think there's this weird if you're a fight
3-4 army, you can kind of make it work.
Yeah.
But for Shire, and the amount of times the banner has saved me just from existing is amazing. Plus, you add in his courage 6. If you play your cards right, he's courage 8. He is like passing every single stand fast. If he's in combat, you've messed up. That's not his job.
Yeah. I'll be honest. Yeah. My reasoning for not putting him in S is because he's not the leader. That's what puts him down.
That's the best part.
No.
That's the best part.
You
can leave him in the lines, and if he dies, he dies. It doesn't matter.
I would prefer him. I would prefer him as the leader because he's sitting back, not doing much, and then you.
But he's not leading anything. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, that's true.
It's old depresso.
I know where you're coming from because, like, it makes sense. You want your banner, your hero that doesn't ever do combat, to be the banner and your leader because that way you're like he's got his job and it's to stand there. But
it allows Mary and Pippin to pop off a little bit more.
I mean, I use Mary a lot anyway to do combat. I just am very selective about how I do it.
Yeah. Anyway, I think
we've talked about this enough.
Yeah. All right, Frodo, happy. I'm happy with A. Yeah. I will submit to A tier for Frodo.
Sam's a weird one for me.
I love him he's actually 55 points on foot because you take Rosie if you want to actually like use him properly.
I mean, I think we talk about the side hose of the heroes when it comes time for the side hose, and we try and look at it.
60.
Yeah.
But anyway,
just focus
I think we try to take Sam as he is in his profile by himself.
Well, then by himself he's a bit shit because he's only got 1 attack. He's strength 3, which is nice, but the 2 might is also nice. But
I think by himself he's B.
Yeah.
When we get the thing, to Rosie,
if you're looking at the Shire as a whole, like you're probably gonna
including
add
the other, If you take Sam, you take Rosie. There's a lot of those synergies in the Shire.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. I think he should sit a little higher, just purely on the fact that
if we're taking into account Rosie, he's A tier.
Yeah, I think
3 heroic
he's
combats, extra attack. He can lead 12 hobbits. He's got Sting for those Elven maids if that ever comes up, which it has in the past for me.
Yeah,
he's got strike.
Yeah,
he's good.
Yeah,
he's quietly a very good hero in the list.
I think I think he sits A just purely on the fact that I think you do take Rosie.
Yeah, and he has strength 3 to start with, which is nice because of Sting. But still, literally, I wish he was strength 3 up to 4. But
he's almost the only strength 3. There's I think 2 others or 3 others maybe.
Yeah, well, we could move on to the next strength 3. If you like, Jokesy strength 2. Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's strength 2, dude.
Yes, never mind.
Mary's good. I like Mary. He's got the full.
Yeah, let's go on to Mary. Captain of the Shire. In this list, if you're playing hobbits and you're attempting to win games and you're not just playing for fun, you take the Defenders Legion. Yeah. Mary is first because he has to be a leader and he has to be in there.
Yeah.
And you would take him anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I put him in my list when I'm not taking Defenders.
If I'm not looking at the Defenders, I think, Mary and Pippin are 1 and 2.
He's also your Valor hero. So if you're doing some cheeky alliance
they're both
crap,
Valor heroes.
Those are your 2 Valor heroes. That's if you take no war gear on them, like bare naked, they are 90 points for both heroes.
Yeah, and you're getting
a full warband militia is a full warband militia is 36 points.
Wait,
so for a sub 200 points, you can get 32 hobbits in an alliance.
Yeah, that's
with a +1.
So much.
Man, I need to do that. Holy shit, actually,
that's insane.
Yeah, it's really good.
Holy shit. I do that way more often. That's
cooked. Yeah, it is. You're right, it is. It is cooked. It's great.
That's so funny. S tier, dude.
Yeah, but look, S tier.
Pippin straight into S tier as well.
Absolutely. Pippin
re-rolling wounds. He's got the strike.
Yeah.
You're just.
Yeah.
I think he sits in S tier because of his stuff.
Yeah. Kirkby killed Gwar here and 4 Nazgul with Pippin over the weekend.
For 1 Wraith a turn for 4 turns, Pippin just cut sick, and then 2 games later, he killed Gwar here and wounded Gilgalad.
Yeah,
because when you give him the space to just fight heroes, whatever, he's fight 3, he strikes up, maybe he rolls a 1, maybe he rolls a 6. And as the Hobbit player, you want your opponent spending might to counter the silly crap you do all the time. And so you want them spending might because you've got this, and that's when Mary comes into play. You throw Pippin into some heroes, he dies, he uses all their might.
He's not your leader.
And then Mary runs in, or Sam runs in, strikes up, and now you've got him trapped, you win the fight, and you kill a hero.
Well,
that's the strategy with hobbits.
That's basically what you exactly what you did to me over the weekend. Where
it is exactly what I did to you.
I'm going to spend pointless amounts of might, but you also have to. I had to because you've got 2 hobbits fighting Elrond. You go, I'm going to strike with both of them. One of them is going to be higher than you. What are you going to do? And you're like, fuck.
Are you gonna spend that might on your you had what? How many might did you have on that list? 12?
9, 10 might.
10. Yeah. I had 14.
Yeah.
And
but yours is so
6
much
of that
less.
Is strikes.
Yeah, it's yours just doesn't have yours doesn't have the value that everyone else's might has, and so when you spend it, it's just I'll spend that might, and it's oh sick.
Don't even get me started on heroic shoots, baby. Oh, my favorite way to sap might out of people. Brings me so much joy.
The amount of heroic moves I had to roll, and then Kirkby's just do you know what? I'm going to call a heroic move as well. I don't care if I don't win it. It's just to,
you might just you have so many models that are just they got 1 might. Okay, that has no value. They don't have any proper abilities. I'm just going to spend that. Fuck you. Insanity. You're Elrond. Now you're Gilgalad. Now you fucking Boromir has to spend might.
And a specific example of what we're talking about here, just for a 2-minute sidebar, is I was playing Sean at Gladstone. He was playing Riv Knight. He left a gap between 2 models after I'd called a march with a hero we'll get to later. brace girdle, hotfoot brace girdle. So Sean came in, and then I went, cool, dude, you spent a mite to come in at me, and then I ran past him. Yeah. And then by the end of my movement phase, there's 25 hobbits behind the lines.
Yeah, that's
and then that meant the next turn he had to call a move where I'm touching every single one of those cavalry in the back line. They're not getting charge bonuses. And you called the move and you came in because you couldn't keep going back because you're about to run out of board space and you couldn't kill me fast enough.
Honestly, it's fucked.
It was man, that was such a good game. I think
I thought it was so good.
I think that it was trying to stop that march was probably my one mistake, which that's where the game ended for me, really.
That's how Elrond and a twin get stuck in a sea of angry hobbits just trying to take their heads.
It's 5 and you die, baby.
It's the amount of
don't even get me started on stuns.
It's the amount of fucking choices that hobbits make you have to take. Or you have to look at you go, it's cooked. Do I charge it now? Do I run away? How do I dodge these traps? How do I? It's insanity.
It creates decision fatigue. By the end of the game, you're playing against hobbits. You're like,
I was tired. I was really.
Anyway, sorry. Let's move on to the next hero.
20 more hobbit heroes to go through.
Yeah,
so
let's
sorry.
Paladin.
So Paladin, I don't mind.
Oh, baby, Pally.
He's a cheap little fortitude.
25 points for fortitude. He's great.
The standfast is really good, especially if you've got
12-inch standfast.
Mary, I mean.
I'll be honest though.
I love that the description for the rule says Paladin is the Thane of the Shire, as in such great holds great sway over the hobbits of the Force Pathings. He's the acknowledged big daddy of the Shire. Yeah. Everyone's like, whatever Pally says goes.
Whatever Pally says,
and I like that.
I'll be honest.
He's fine.
I could go a list without him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I think he's B tier.
He's B.
I rate the 12-inch standfast, but when you've got Mary taking up to courage 4, and then this is the one army list where I'm like, yes, spend 30 points on another Warhorn. You don't need the
30 points is fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you could get another 40 hobbits or whatever for 30 points, but you also could keep. You keep that many hobbits,
you get 10 hobbits for 30 points. Yeah,
that's still so many fucking hobbits.
So many.
The case point for Paladin for me is I'm taking a list and I'm filling his warband with bows.
Yeah,
because I'm taking all Tookish hunters in this army. That way, I've got all fight 3 across all my bows because it is nice and it's only a point, making them 6 points. But even if you don't take him as Tookish hunters, you put 12 archers in his warband. You put in an ambush and you Tusken Raider a hero. You suck a helm out to the middle of the wall. You suck a helm out with a juicy Sam all by himself. Oh, I'm scared. And then Helm comes chasing after him. They pop out and they gun him down. They put his horse down. They do some wounds. The amount of horses and leader wounds I've got is insane. Just with a 12-inch, just 12 bows appearing out of nowhere. And then he's got a mite. Yeah, it's he comes out and you charge towards him, and you can use that might for accuracy if you want. You got a couple of ways.
It's honestly a really solid that he's got accuracy to just throw archers into his warband. Really solid.
Now,
because it's in the shoot phase.
Yeah.
Talking about ambush, this next boy is my favorite.
Maggot.
My favorite ambushing hero. I love it when he shows up, and then you go,
B.
B. No,
yeah, because he's great, but he's not on the top of your add to army list.
He's in every single army. He's always at the top of mine.
He has recently started making it into mine. Yeah, the dogs are cool, and don't get me wrong, they got lots of use cases. But if I'm picking between Farmer Maggot and Boldo for those 5 extra points, it's Boldo all day.
Yeah, Boldo for sure. But I think he's up there. I don't know.
Wholefoot, Tolman, and if you want Rosie and Falco, that's almost all of his points. So I find myself going to other models. He has been coming into my list more recently, but for what Sean's talking about with the ambush, it is brutal to put Maggot in ambush.
Yeah,
that's why I love him so much. Is him as the ambushing hero with the dogs. Just being able to tie up shit with that 8-inch movement with the dogs. The dogs are going to die, but you tie something up for a turn. Fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
But
it's
rough.
brutal.
And what's he, 2 points more?
Yeah.
He's one of the few 2-attack strength 3
heroes. He does have a two-handed
two-hand
scythe, which is a pick. The hobbits have lots of weapons that are other things.
Yes.
But like, dice happen. I've seen him kill Aragorn Strider in a turn.
Yeah.
Like,
and he can do it. Like, and that's the thing. Like,
you get a strap, you two-hand, you piercing strike, you're winning him on 5s.
Yeah, and you've got enough models in there that like you don't need to have the regular.
If I remember correct, because I've never built a hobbit list, but Gripfang and Wolf, they're not part of his warband, right?
No, they are.
They are always the first 3 members of his warband.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I assume
and
not
they use
because
his courage value, which is funky.
It's literally in Gripfang and Wolf. It says Gripfang and Wolf are automatically the first 3 members of his warband.
Yeah. Cool, because I was like, I saw him as war gear, and I was like, hang on a minute.
No.
Yeah, they're both a war gear and a special rule.
Yeah. Oh my god, could I shatter a dog?
No. Yeah, no. It's got wounds. I think you can shatter something with wounds. Okay, anyway, if you want to argue that, you can suck toes because that's ridiculous.
You can suck some dogs.
Oh my god!
Suck the dog.
Look,
the dog.
Sorry,
let the dogs out.
I would really like to put him low A.
I really want to put him low A as well.
I'll take low A. I can see that A. I can see that A. For me, he sits B, but I can see A.
He's better than a lot of other choices. Like he's a good like 50%. He's at above the 50% mark, I reckon.
Yeah, it's the points cost for me, which is funny because it's 45 points and that's a Hobbit hero. But for me, I make other choices before I consider sacrificing for me.
That's fair enough. All right, Lobelia.
She's a fucking meme.
She's a dang meme. She
is a meme.
She's D. I'm sorry, she's D tier.
She really is. I was honestly going to say C, and that was solely off the fact that Cal
he's adding another row. Yes, like that's where Lobelia belongs.
Oh hang on, shit.
Yeah, you've got to get the whole. That's right, the whole. The whole. I was going to say C because of what Cal did with Lobelia in his Dunedain army, where he just in a turn dropped 100 points of Gondorian warriors. I'm like, that Standfast rule is pretty cool, but how often is that going to come through?
Yes. It because really often, if you've broken your opponent and you're the Hobbit player, the snowball's rolling.
Yeah.
You have either already won this game, or you're about to win this game. Because breaking your opponent as the Hobbits is
she's 15 points, and there's like 7 other models at 15 points that you want to take above her anyway. Like,
she's a meme. She has a fun. The no Standfast for anyone is really cool because with Hobbits, you can easily get to Courage 5 with your basic Hobbits, and then your Hobbits with higher Courage are Courage 8 with that +2. She goes in the hole. She's a meme. If you're going for theme, put her in the list. Fair. If you're taking Lotho and you're going themey, put her in the list.
Yeah, why not?
Well, the next is clearly S tier. Top of S tier for the next two.
Mate, he honestly could be Infinity tier. Fatty Bulger. I unironically take him in many lists because I love the model.
Yes.
I think he's great.
It's just me.
It's just a big boy.
He's a big boy. But D. Like
he
doesn't deserve the hole. He doesn't deserve the hole.
He doesn't deserve it. No,
he doesn't deserve it. But he's a good.
But he's bad.
Definitely not.
He's a good boy in our hearts.
Yeah,
I love him as a single drop model. That's why I really like him. He comes in as a single drop. And then there was a game I had against Kirkby where Fatty comes in, heirlooms ages past, first turn rolls a 6, and he's like,
"Oh, baby, here we go." He runs in, he's like,
"Yep."
He eats that heirloom up.
He's eating it.
And then I had to get through 100 hobbits just to catch fucking Freddy Gear. Like, oh my god.
He is also like the worth of like 7 hobbits though. Like I'd rather take that many hobbits than Freddy.
2 archers, like calm down. They're not actually 2 points. He's D tier. He's great. Yeah. The model's fun. If you don't own it and you feel like painting something funky, paint Freddy. He's fun.
Yeah. Speaking of a really nice model to paint,
Bilbo.
Beautiful model to paint. Beautiful.
Mwah.
Bilbo Baggins of the Shire.
Yeah.
Yes.
I spent
not
4 hours
any of the
painting
other
this model,
billions
and
of
I
versions.
loved every second of it.
Yeah, it's
what
lovely.
Colour is mine
lovely
painted? Mine's painted with a purple coat, I think.
So you got what 40 points for this bad boy.
Yeah.
Yep. You can give him Mithril and is it Mithril and Sting?
Mithril
for 15.
He can have all of them. Like with Ring, Mithril, Ring, Sting, and Mithril.
If no other model carries the coat, then Bilbo can wear it. If no other model carries Sting, he can have it. If Frodo is not in the Force, he may have the ring.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what we said earlier. If you are taking Gandalf, you take Bilbo.
I don't know if we mentioned that on camera, but yes.
Yeah, we definitely talked about it. I'm pretty sure. Okay. It was when we were talking about Frodo. But he's even with all his things, he's 60 points.
Yeah, he's very expensive. Well, you do get the ring out of it.
He's expensive for a Hobbit hero, but the version of the Shire where I see his play and where I understand his play to be is you take Gandalf, you take Bilbo, and then you can either choose to play Hobbit heroes and Hobbits or Dunedain and Hobbits.
Yeah.
And either way, if you take Dunedain, he's got that play. He just follows the Dunedain around.
Yeah, and then
he's halving every fight value. And you won't automatically win those combats, but you're making your opponent think about it.
Yeah.
And for 60 points, he's a pretty good ring carrier.
Yeah, I'll put him a C. I think
Shire, I agree. Bang on there.
I just don't think you're ever really running that list in general, though. That's the problem with it, really.
It's a version I haven't dipped in yet.
The Shire also falls into a bit of an obscure spot at the moment where it's like, I'm running the Shire, cool, I'm just going to run the Legendary Legion.
Yeah.
It's either you run the Legendary Legion or you run Gandalf Shire. It's...
Yeah, there's something...
those are those are the two options.
There's some exploring to be done with alliances. Personally, I'm a Hobbit player, like a pure Hobbit player, so I find myself not leaning towards Gandalf and the Dunedain, but I would like to in the future try them out. It's like my opinions are only as a Hobbit player, not as someone with experience playing that particular version.
Problems with the Hobbit, with the Dunedain, Gandalf and the Dunedain, is that I really feel like if you're gonna do that, you might as well ally in the Rangers.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that in a second because they are bad.
We'll get there.
Anyway.
We're getting there. I can see them. They're on the bottom there of that list.
Yeah,
I can see them. We're getting there.
Bandabras is also bad, unfortunately, because you can't fucking use him.
I want to love him. I really want to
love him. You can't use him.
I want to love him so bad.
He was absolutely amazing in the old edition of the game when it didn't matter if cool, I could run a Hobbit that lived 500 years ago with Frodo. That's cool. He was quite good in that.
Used.
But he
basically... he literally cannot use it unless you ally in him and 15 Hobbits into something, which is that's cool. I like that. That's fun.
I mean, but you would do Brandon Brass.
Actually, no, never mind. He's impossible with everyone.
No,
I forgot about that. He's literally impossible with everyone.
If your force contains Bandabras, Took,
it's just
and any other named Hobbit hero models, then it'll automatically lose its army bonus.
No, additionally, the force will automatically be impossible allies with every other army list, regardless.
Is that additionally? It's just if your force contains Bandabras, additionally. Fuck that.
Yeah.
They just killed him. He just can't be used.
If you're playing if you're playing 100-point fun game,
that's it.
Or
100 points. 100 points in narrative is the only place you can use them, and it's.
I'll be honest. I kind of want to run him.
Poland and don't care.
I kind of want to run him and Gildor. That'd be a bit of fun.
Yeah, just ignore the army bonus. The army bonus for the Hobbits is
Woodland Creature.
Yeah, just run Red Alliances. Also, Hobbit Red Alliance would suck so hard because they die so well.
I think it depends on the end, but yes, we finished with the armies of the Lord of the Rings.
Finally,
technically,
should we let's restart because we've got a minute and a half. Definitely what was not a 9-minute break. This next boy.
Who the fuck is this, Sean?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's Farmer Tolman Cotton, baby. Wait, which one?
No, it's not. The other one. The one
That's Falco Boff. That's not the order on the army list, you nerds.
This is what was in here, okay? This is what was on.
That's Falco Boffin. Coming in at 20 points. Oh. He is a Fight 2, Strength 2 hero. He's actually Dog Water, except he has a special rule, a helpful sword, which is when he's within 3 inches of Frodo at the start of the turn. Frodo may spend one of his will points to declare a heroic move instead of his own might.
Dude's got 3.
It gives him 3 heroic moves.
So you pay 20 points, you get 3 heroic moves.
That's pretty
good.
Yeah.
In an army that's all about draining your opponent's might.
Yeah,
I
honestly,
really like him. He would be up there as one of my takes.
I think he's A.
He's again another one of the combos. You got Frodo, you pay 20 points for Falco. Unfortunately, he's not an independent hero like Rosie is. So if you take Falco, he has to be his own warband. He's a minor hero. If I could ask something of the team, I would love for him to be an independent hero. I think it makes sense for him to be an independent hero. His special rule relates directly to Frodo. He doesn't really do much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except that he speaks out against the ruffians.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then gets locked up.
Yeah.
Anti-ruffian.
He gets put in the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, I agree. A tier. If you're taking Frodo, you are strongly looking at taking Falco.
Yeah. Now this is the first and only Hobbit with a fucking spear.
Yeah.
No. Get your facts straight. That is a pitchfork. A pitchfork is a hand-and-a-half weapon.
Used as a spear.
More like
that may have the stab special rule and may support as a spear. So it's a 2-handed spear.
Okay.
It's a hand-and-a-half spear, actually.
Yeah, but why would you ever not 2-hand?
It's a hand-and-a-half spear.
Yeah, you can 2-hand it.
If you're going to be pedantic about the fact that it's a pitchfork and not a spear, I'm going to be pedantic about the fact that it's not 2-hand, it's hand-and-a-half.
Right. It's a hand-and-a-half pitchfork. Yeah. Actually, it just says hand-and-a-half weapon, technically,
That's
I
true,
guess.
Actually, yeah.
Does wait a minute. No, you can't. The ruling where you can pay 5 points to swap a weapon, is that any war gear option?
No. That's only for unnamed heroes.
Yeah.
Where does it say that?
On the rule.
In the rule.
All right, cool. I've never read it that closely anyway.
Yeah. No, you can't swap the weapons out of named heroes.
So
35 points, 1 attack, 2 might, which is the real reason you would consider taking Tolman.
That is fair.
He also lets you re-roll 1s in the dual roll for himself and friendly hobbits. He's a mini banner.
Yeah, a 3-inch pseudo banner.
It's a weird banner for 3 inches. Yeah.
But the real reason you would ever take him for 35 points for 2 might and a funky special rule, which I use all the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
if he's in a combat, as a spear, he's doing it.
Using him as a spear, not bad. Yeah.
And because he's in that second rank, those 2 points of might can be very pivotal for moves.
Yeah. And he's,
and it works really well.
Spear support Mary or spear support Sam. I don't know. Just maybe to give him an extra attack is what I mean.
Well, yeah, but ideally with hobbits, if you're fighting a combat, if you got to pick, if you moved, and every combat isn't like 4 hobbits,
for sure,
then you should rethink life choices. But
all right.
Yeah, that's Farmer Tom and Cotton. Rosie Cotton's dad. I like to run them together just because I think it's fun and it's themey. But
love it. Is this Lotho now?
This is Lotho.
It's Lotho Saxville Baggins.
Oh, get out, Lotho. He does right.
Look, he goes in the hole because he's a dickhead.
Yeah, well, that's true. So Lotho is a strange character because he's actually in 2 armies.
He's one of
a
the
good
few
and an evil.
Ruffians.
Yeah, he's one of the few models that can be in good and evil.
We'll look at him specifically from the Hobbit point of view, because that's where we are today.
Yeah.
He is not good. He's not good at fighting. That's not his job.
But the +1 fight value.
But when you combo Lotho with Wholefoot Bracegirdle, who we'll get to in like 5 hobbits time, you can get fight 4, strength 3, burly hobbits.
Yes.
That's very, very good.
It's really nice.
Which is insane. And I need to buy more sheriffs because of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
it's not how I like it. Is the best way to play sheriffs, hands down. Everyone can agree that is the way you should always play them. I like to just have a warband of them with whole foot and give me that fight 3, strength 3 to move around where I need them and get that stun, because that's actually the main reason I take sheriffs. But if you got 25 or 26 sheriffs, because the heroes are also sheriffs, you could probably have it's a 3-inch banner. It's a 3-inch plus 1. You can have a little pocket of fight 4, strength 3 burly hobbits, which is really, if you need to crush a flank on strength on a fight 3 army, you walk in, you pay the point, you smack them, and you got 4 points.
For 4 turns, for 4 turns, you could smack pretty hard.
Yeah, he can also stop models charging him on a 3+,
which is a bit.
Apart from Gandalf, there's no model that gives you will back in the Shire list, is there? No.
Bill the Pony, but he's not in the Shire list.
Yeah, okay.
He's in the Fellowship. But again, if you're doing an alliance, he's C tier. He's situational. He's good, and if you lean into him and the other hero, then he is good, and you get his points for him. Considering you're paying 30 points for 4 turns of fight 4, it's pretty good in a Hobbit list.
Yeah,
but if you play Ruffians, you also take him, but that's not the point.
He's also not that great in Ruffians, though, either.
No, because it's just a
automatically pass courage checks.
It's pretty cool, I guess.
Which is fine. It's fine. It's for a couple of turns you can have a little fury. I guess.
Yeah, and then next up we've got Will Whitford, Mayor of Hobbiton.
The Mayor of Hobbiton.
My personal
6-inch
brain law is that he is the Mayor of the Hobbiton because he owns all the brothels, hence the pimp gold chain.
Man, he is really pimped out.
He is gold. I when I painted mine, I made him so bright. Like I want his gold to pop out.
There's this model I never really seen.
30 points.
There's a fair few models I haven't really ever looked at until today, and this model is what the fuck.
I think the problem
this is the closest I've ever properly looked at any Hobbit heroes, because I've versed Kirkby's Hobbits many a times, but they just look like warriors. I will never. It's
they're all just it's a sea of little people.
I like to when I play Hobbits, and this is like as a Horde player. It's not just Hobbits, especially models that look all very similar. I like to say like, hey, these are my heroes. This is a brief what they do. If you ever want to know where they are, just ask me. And like with me, all my heroes have flowers on their bases, which is something little, but it's something visual that if you catch, you can always keep track of them.
It did make it easier during our game over that weekend, but even then, I was like,
they get lost. But that's part of how you play the game.
It's like,
that's
cool.
Part of how Hobbits play.
I'm charging this Hobbit hero. I know I'm charging a hero, but what the fuck does this hero do? Because I don't know which one it is.
Then when I get my Shire cards out, it's like there's 12 of them. There's like 12 unit profile cards on the side of the table.
Beautiful.
But
anyway,
you pay 30 points. You get 3 turns of 6-inch banner.
It's pretty good.
3. Is it 3 or 6? It is 6
inch.
Okay.
It's a 6-inch banner. So between him and Frodo, you can like have what's that? 6 plus 6 but extras. It's like
24 inch.
Yeah, it's like a 20 to 24-inch banner across the entire army. But I play like Falco and Frodo usually in the center of my line, and then if I'm flanking at all, I will put Will and like Tolman over on that side, or Sam, Will, Sam, and Rosie on that side, and they'll come in and try and crush a flank.
He's also good for a Gandalf list. Yeah, he's good for a Gandalf list because he gives you that 6-inch banner, and Gandalf can just give him
Will back.
Yeah, have it back.
It's beautiful.
Keep doing the banner.
He also has a heroic resolve. I put him in probably B tier.
I think he's B because I think he's B.
He belongs in any list where you're thinking, I might want to have a second combat hero. Yeah, and he's 30 points. He's a hero of fortitude. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's honestly it's a solid price to pay for sure.
Now we get to arguably
S tier,
the best.
Just put him in S tier, and we'll talk about it in a second.
Yeah.
Boldo Tulpenny, if you have not faced Hobbit traps, you have not yet known pain, is all I'm saying.
So it hurts. Man, just
truly
the rules,
painful.
Both
the
of these
rules,
men have been damaged by traps.
The rules
if I got the
on those
doll
traps
out to show me where they've been injured, it's everywhere. Whereas the Hobbit trap hurt you, it's everywhere.
And
Man,
it's
the
gotten to a
rules on those
point where,
traps.
like, I don't even trigger Kirkby's traps anymore, but they still fuck me up.
They still hurt because it's just like, yeah, okay, I have to like.
I'll deny a whole side of the board to you.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, sick. There's this place I really want to go. I can't. I just can't. Oh, and all of my heroes now have to go around and shit. Like,
yeah, I'm still learning how to put traps down the most efficiently. I think that in the hands of and I'm not this person, but in the hands of an extremely skilled player, I think that 18 traps is awful. Absolutely awful.
It is. Even if you don't know what you're doing with the traps, you just put them down and it's cool. Good luck getting through this.
And
you can spook people pretty easy.
Yeah, it really fucks with your opponent because, like, they, maybe they go, oh, fuck these traps. This is then they walk into like the snare trap and they lose a hero, and you're like, oh, what?
So a slight sidebar again because this is just going to happen because we're talking about my favorite faction. First game of round one of Gladstone recently. You should watch the vlog on the channel. It's amazing if you haven't watched it. I played a Gondor player. And I ran him through the traps, and I said, one of them does a strength 2 hit. It'll knock you in. It'll knock you prone. It's a tripwire. And he said, should I be worried? And I said, it'll do any infantry on a 2+, cavalry on a 4+. I said, all right, cool. He walked to Fountain Court Guard in 2+, 6, 5. Killed a Fountain Court Guard.
God.
And that was the first blood of the game.
Fucking
and from
12
from
points
that
off the board
point,
or whatever. Like,
from that point, he was terrified.
Yeah.
Because he let the traps win. He let the traps play the psychology.
Yeah, as soon as that happens, you're like, oh, there's another 5 of these. I need a fucking
another 5.
And then it's oh shit.
No,
there's another 7.
There's another.
No. I mean, in terms of that type of trap, isn't there?
There's 3 more.
3 more. Okay, yeah. So there's 4.
There's 4 of each.
Yeah. Okay.
But there's 7 traps that can damage you.
Yeah.
Straight up. And then there's the pitfalls, which if you're on a horse can damage
the pitfalls. Oh, I hate them so much. Because it's like, oh, hey, my model's in a hole. Oh, I don't get cover. Oh, you can still shoot me. Oh,
there's no in the way. I can shoot at you like you're there, but you do need to climb out of the hole.
Yeah,
and you are trapped.
And I'm trapped. And
but you don't count as trapped. So if your special rule gives you trapped, you're not trapped.
It's so fucking dumb.
The reason we're talking about it now is because Baldo told Penny, you pay 40 points, you get 8 traps.
Yeah, you just
Master of Traps rule.
Out of the Legion, you get 8 traps, and it's just sick. All right, you've got 2 of each.
Yeah, they're fun. But the reason I take that's not true. The reason I take Baldo's for the traps, but his other rule, Champion Stone Skipper, if he may re-roll all failed to hit rolls when throwing stones. Yeah. Additionally, if he rolls a natural 6 to hit, he automatically does a wound, regardless of any ways. I have wounded.
This is it.
Sauron, the Necromancer, Balrog, Dragon, with Baldo.
Let's go. And it's just like, oh, you've rolled a 6. That's it. That's all you need. And he re-rolls, and it's just it's. I mean,
you're fishing for 6s. If you roll a 6, awesome. If you roll a hit, you're like, oh crap! I actually wanted to miss. You either want a 6 or you want to miss. So you can re-roll.
Yeah. And so if you roll a hit straight away, you're like, oh.
The accuracy seems bad, but again, he's another fortitude hero. You put 12 bows in his warband. The sucker's coming out of a terrain piece. He's calling an accuracy, and he is killing a hero, or he's killing a horse. And that is.
That's
just how dice work.
I've already talked about Ori. I love Ori. Any model that is just real, like, tiny, random, cheeky little bastard that can just be like, always wounded Sauron. I love it.
At Gladstone, it was the first rock throw of the game. I said to Nick Franklin, I said, hey man, just letting you know, if I roll a 6, I will automatically wound. And he said, all right. And then I rolled a 6 and he went, well, yep, and then he spent 5 will, because that's just how it goes.
I hate him.
He's wonderful. He's the best. He's S tier because he should be in every single list you take defenders.
Absolutely.
Mary, Pippin, Boldo, Frodo.
I mean, even outside of defenders, I think he should be in every single Hobbit list because it's like,
he's a 12. He's a fortitude hero. Like, when you're playing Shire, you need numbers. You take him, and you take 12 lads, and then you don't lean into the traps as hard.
Yeah, but you got 8 of them fucking still, traps which is just like, yeah, okay, cool.
Even 8 traps. Yeah, even 8 traps. Like, sure, you can get 16 traps in the Legendary Legion.
Yeah,
but even 8 traps is enough to just go, hey, you see this little area? Yeah, it's not yours. Because the hobbits ignore them. They can end on them. They can walk over. They just flat out ignore them, which is the part I hate the most.
Because it doesn't matter where we're fighting. If it is the pit of hell of Mordor himself, I got there first and I dug those holes. Yeah, and you can suck eggs.
This is my land.
One of my favorite anecdotes with those traps is back when I was playing Wagmar. Kirby puts out these traps and he laid them out perfectly. Not necessarily
my best trap placement ever
himself, but like just where the traps were. And so I'm running my Wargs forward and I get caught up in these traps for a turn or two. And then it's just like this scurry of little dudes just like between my Wargs. Just like,
and they just
filed through. And I was just like, what the fuck? And then my Wargs were just not there. They were just gone.
Yep, they were dead.
Yeah.
It was
because what's important about the traps is that for the most part, infantry and cavalry, war beasts and stuff, there's funky rules depending on what trap you touch. You stop. You hit a trap, you stop. That's it. Even if it's a dummy and it doesn't do anything, your model spends the whole rest of their movement dodging the trap. So, like, if you've got a 12-inch horse, if you're, like, on Shadowfax, if you move 1 inch and you hit a trap, you are not doing magic that turn. Because your movement is finished.
Yeah. It's honestly, it's so fucking... Oh, my God.
Yeah, and then, like, 3 of the traps don't affect monsters, but 1 of them does, and then 1 of them affects... Then the rest all affect war beasts, except for, like dummies, stop Moomax.
I don't understand.
They didn't think about it before they wrote the rules. It's really what it comes down to. They wrote the rules and they went, that looks good, and they moved on.
It's so silly.
I'm starting to get a bit of PTSD.
I'm getting hot and sweaty and you're next to my fan on.
I know for a fact I'm going to have some nightmares tonight about Hobbit traps. So let's move on to Gaffer Gamgee.
Gaffer Gamgee.
Really help this.
Oh, I love Gaffer.
Doesn't have traps, but what he does fucking have is little flower pots that look like traps.
Leave my flowers alone.
You think there's an extra 3 traps.
Yeah,
and that's really the reason. Warfare. However, I've played many games with the Hobbits. I think I'm probably closing in on maybe 70 games with Hobbits. Probably definitely the 60s. And all the Hobbit heroes I've had do epic things because that's just, play enough with a hero, they do cool crap. Like Gaffer, I paid 30 points. He was a single drop in my army the second time I went to Gladstone, like the first time I took Hobbits. He killed Bolg's Warg, then fought Bolg 1-on-1 and just rolled really well, and Bolg flopped. And then I said to my opponent, I said, hey man, I stunned because I have a staff. So I'm going to roll a dice if I win, and if I roll a 5, you fight 1 next turn. And then he said, that's fine, whatever. I rolled a 6. Bolgers fight 1 next turn. Then Gaffer runs away, calls a move, runs away, and then proceeds to stun and then kill an ogre over the next 2 turns.
Oh my God.
While my hobbits swarm and do 2 more wounds to Bolg. And then Bolg just gets trapped in the corner, bogged down by hobbits. Yeah, he killed 20 hobbits. Didn't matter.
Fucking hell. Anyway, look, it's another
mighty hero, my ass.
Oh, Christ alive.
What are we saying? C tier for old mate Gaffer?
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, he's good. The flowers are very situational, and they're kind of like the traps, but worse. If you can get him in a good spot and you can place those flower pots correctly, I've had them do wonders and do magic.
Because what do they?
It's the reroll to
again?
wound.
Reroll 1s to wound within.
I'll read it. If you're within 3 inches of Hamfast and within 4 inches of a flower marker. If you're making strikes or throwing a stone, you reroll ones to wound. It's the making strikes that matter.
Yeah.
So if you get a hero or something trapped within 4 inches of a flower pot, you keep Gaffer in that back line so he can run over. So that in the combat phase, if they flop, you're re-rolling ones. It's the only reroll ones the only rerolls to wound except for Pippins in the whole list.
Yeah.
It means you don't have to stab.
Yeah, and any model that destroys a flower, you can also like reroll all failed wounds, I think. But
yes,
it's only
Hamfest will reroll all failed wounds for the rest of the game. Yeah.
Which
Spicy.
is interesting.
But they need to not do anything for that whole fight phase, the whole rest of the turn. They need to walk onto it. They can shoot, but then they're going to do nothing else. Yeah. And if you place them correctly, they don't want to do that because they're too busy fighting hobbits.
Yeah. There's too many hobbits to have a model not doing anything.
Yeah, 100%.
When I've got 3 times as many hobbits as you have models, yes.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Rosie Cotton.
Rosie Cotton, what the Boothang of all Boothangs.
What gives heroic combats to Sam?
Yeah,
she
extra
increases his attack to 2.
Yep.
If she's within 4 inches of Sam, he may declare a free heroic combat without spending might.
Yeah.
If she's engaged in a fight, then Sam must declare a heroic, and Sam must use the following move to join Rosie's combat.
Yeah.
Just don't let her get in combat. Sam goes here, and Rosie goes here, and they go like this. Whee!
Yeah.
And because he moves 8 on the pony, and she moves 4, as long as you started the game with Rosie within 4 inches of Sam, you will always have your rule.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's solid. It's absolutely solid.
Unless you mess up. But
that's it. Like I think, like we said before, like when we were talking about Sam, I think that's why he's an A tier.
Yeah, I would put her in B because she enables Sam to go.
But to be fair, like I mean, Falco does the exact same thing. To be fair.
Yeah, but Falco's is better.
Yeah. Like
Falco's is better, arguably.
I rate the heroic combat. I do love a good free heroic combat. But when your free heroic combat is on hobbits, you're calling it just for the sake of it. I'm calling it. It's probably not going to go off, but if it does, cool. Yeah.
He is like strength 3, fight 3, 2 attacks at that point.
So he
actually does do deep.
Sure.
Yeah. I've seen his heroics do really well because if you get a cheeky little trap on the end of the line with Sam, and look aside the brain of a hobbit player, the ponies are only there to get you to combat.
Yeah.
They are not you do not stay. You can stay on the ponies if you want, but I don't. As soon as I start getting into combat, I'm dismounting. I want that 25 mil base to start squirting in and out and weaving around those models. And so
he wants to start squirting in and out.
That's the word that comes to my brain. And then you throw him into a cheeky heroic, him and 5 hobbits.
Yeah,
fly down the back of the line.
Yeah, I think, and then you're suddenly trapping like 7 other models. Like
the way my brain kind of looks at it in terms of placement is, if I'm taking Sam, sure, like I could play without Rosie, but if I'm taking Frodo, I'm going no. I want the other dude, whatever his name is, Falco.
Yeah, Falco.
Like the free heroic combat's cool, but I could play without it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
All
right. In general, I don't take. If I take Sam, I take Rosie. If I'm not going to take Rosie, I don't take Sam.
Yeah.
Brace girdle.
Whole foot brace girdle, baby. Here we go.
Brace girdle.
All right, another fight through strength 3 hero
in this. Oh no, he's
ruffians.
Only
he's in ruffians.
Yeah. He has a hand and a half club, 1 might, but most importantly, he's the head sheriff. Whole foot, brace girdle, and hobbit sheriffs, including Robin Smallbow, the other hobbit sheriff, within 3 inches, do not suffer the penalty for using their hand and a half club as a 2-handed weapon, which is why I say they get burly.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. I know that technically it's different, but it's the same as burly.
Yeah,
him and Lotho will set you back 70 points. Sheriffs are 5 points a model.
Yeah. I think he's A tier. I love him because it's
easily,
just that
easily A tier. He's not S tier because his rule is still situational, and you need to place him well. Because if you don't get that burly. But sheriffs are still really good even without him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The sheriffs will still do well, and the fact that he also then buffs them is just really nice. And it's like you keep mentioning, bash and all that.
Stun.
Stun, sorry. Doing stun with two-handed. Oh wait, no, stun with two-handed
doesn't do anything to go two-handed for stunning.
Bash.
But yes, bash is you get a +1, but you can't bash with a
you can't
two-handed.
Easy.
Yeah.
Mr.
That will take us to the next Hobbit. This is Robin Smallborough. If you read his entry, also affectionately known as Cock Robin to his friends.
It is
due to his easily influenced nature. He's one of the sheriffs in the Shire. Yeah. He gives you a +1 or -1 on the reinforcement roll.
But only his warband.
Only his
his warband. If it was every warband, oh sweet lord, he'd be in every one of my lists.
He'd be amazing.
20 points.
Yeah. I honestly
think
a
single drop in every single list.
C or D, I reckon, for him to
be
brutally honest.
Because he's another Hobbit sheriff.
Yeah.
And if you're playing that version, he's a Hobbit sheriff with might.
Yeah.
To get those heroics off, to get those and the march, if you play with hobbits, which you do use a lot, that's another point of march. He's C. That's my 2 cents. He's C.
Yeah, if he was strength 3, I don't know, like because it's just like he's strength 2, like he's just a sheriff, like at that point with might.
Which is funny because normal hobbit sheriffs are strength 3.
Actually, he's just weak.
Yes,
he's just a wiki.
he's a wiki boy.
He's just
a
cock
robin.
He's just a cock robin, bro. It's not his fault.
Bro.
See, yeah, he's good.
Fine. He'll go and save, sure.
I would take him with 12. I have the model. I'd never take him because I just go full warband with brace girdle.
Yeah.
When I get 12 more sheriffs, I will probably start playing the 24 sheriff variation.
I was going to say, I've just been kind of like theory crafting lists in my head at the moment, and I feel like I'd want to take these 2 sheriff heroes and spam their warbands with sheriffs, and that would be like my first 2 warbands after Mary, Pippin, and Boldo.
Robin Smallborough and a full warband of sheriffs is 80 points. And Wholefoot is 90 points. So for 170 points, you get 26 models that could potentially be Burly, and they can all stun.
Yeah, everyone within 3 inches of old mate's gonna be Burly and stun.
I hate that so much.
The amount of times that I have spent that 1 might from Wholefoot to call a heroic combat or a march like I did against Sean, or like that extra point of might, you take it for the rule. The might is a bonus.
Yeah, that's fair.
Gandalf.
Big D Daddy G.
Interesting one.
So this is where I don't know as well, because I have played this version of the Shire 1 time, and I did beat and kill a Mumak, but that's besides the point.
No, you played this one against my Merkwood Rangers. Remember,
I've played it twice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forget that time because that's when I was screaming about bog elves.
Yes.
And that's when my hatred for Merkwood began. Bloody bog elves! Can we cut that into the video right now?
I will. No,
probably.
I don't edit.
Sean doesn't.
At least put a link in there. At least put a link on the screen for
bloody
that video.
Bug elves.
I'll put a link in the description, maybe, if I can figure it out.
If you don't, I will.
Really?
I'll comment and I'll put in the link.
Actually, wait. It'll be on the Discord. So sign up for the Patreon.
Yeah, sign up to the Patreon.
Sign up for the
I'm putting on the Discord. I'm putting on the Discord right now.
Yeah, go on. All right, that'll date the video. Watch this not come out for like another 2 weeks or something.
I was going to type in bloody bog elves to YouTube, but that will not bring it up.
No,
I'm not doing that right now.
Ooh, 10 minutes.
No.
Let's go.
Oh god.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Okay,
well,
I'm gonna say
we can finish.
D Daddy G. No, I reckon he
no.
goes in C.
C.
Yeah.
No, okay. My argument.
Except on cart, and then he's on B.
My argument.
If he's on the cart,
my argument. Let me argue.
No.
Okay.
Go.
So, if you're running out of Shire, you're obviously not taking the hunters and shit, or whatever the fuck they're called. Travelers. You've got Lotho, you've got Brace Girdle, you've got fucking Old Mate,
Will.
and Gandalf's coming in and giving them Will back to get more fight value, and so you're hitting harder for longer.
That's
and
about it.
He's a cheeky caster.
That is why I would put him in B tier as opposed to C tier. That's it.
B if he's got the cart. If he doesn't have the cart, he's C tier.
I mean, you can give him the cart. It doesn't matter what. You can
no, it matters because Gandalf without cart is weak. Gandalf with cart is mega Chad.
Have you seen those rockets?
You can just give him the chance. You can just get you.
Yeah.
We never take war gear into account when we're putting a model in.
No, but we should with Gandalf because it's very important. Nah, put him in.
No,
Yeah, he's
I'd go B tier.
Yeah. He enables some fun combos with the hobbits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's
got blinding light. I rate blinding light on hobbits.
It's good. Except against rangers.
Man, I had a full rant recently of how shit Gandalf is as a model, just purely on the fact that he just doesn't do anything. Like, Gandalf the Grey is a little better. Gandalf the White is garbage. I hate him.
He's dog water. I can't wait to see him at the championship. Let's go, baby!
But, like, even Gandalf the Grey, this dude kills a Balrog and he has 1 attack and fight 5. Yeah.
That's so stupid. It's a mistake.
He should at least have 2 attacks. At least. Oh my God.
For the sake of time, Dunedain go in the hole.
In the hole.
They only have 1 attack. What the fuck?
Yeah, you don't get your 2 attacks when you take him in the Shire list, which is stupid.
You just ally them in.
Just add Arathorn for 65 points, I think. 65?
75.
75 points. Add an Arathorn, he's a 3 attack hero. Don't make him your leader. Make it Mary. Or Gandalf, who's also a leader of Valor.
Adam Halbrand for a 6-inch banner. Fearless.
Thanks, Sean, for putting that in the Discord.
You're welcome. No, but that's allying shit. Yeah. I'm not here to talk about allies.
We're not here to talk
green
about
allies. Anyway. They're green. That's all I'm saying. They're green. Anyway,
they go in the hole.
We got 7 minutes. Let's get through the Hobbit Warriors.
Militia go in C tier.
Yeah, militia.
Or why are there multiple versions?
Okay. Hang on. Let me cook. So we have.
Gotta let the brother cook.
We have the battling brandy butts. It's the first boy. That's
should be an axe.
Militia with I don't give a shit. That's the militia with fucking what is he?
Strength 3.
I like it.
Give him an axe. They're great.
Yeah. There's a sheriff. There's a warhorn. There's Tim the Hobbit Ballista, and then there's the Tookish Hunter. I did that the other way.
I would like to argue that Tim is definitely a Tookish Hunter.
Yeah, Tim's the Tookish Hunter.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's the hat.
Battling brandy butts.
Yes, anyone's curious.
Battling brandy
butts.
I think it's a solid B. I think even like you can give him strength 4 if you've got the axe, which I think actually
the only problem is modeling, because personally I don't want to buy more hobbits and have them painted or modeled differently. I either take all battling brandy bucks or no battling brandy bucks.
Yeah.
If you've got the hobbits and they're painted specifically, or you've got them modeled differently, power to you, chuck them in your lists. But logistically, when you've painted 110 hobbits,
logistically, absolutely, I do. I absolutely agree there.
Well, you say like all my battling brandy bucks have axes. All my hobbits on the board are battling brandy bucks.
I think I'm gonna put them A tier because also, if you really don't want to model them like and all that kind of shit, because then you can just go, oh, okay, I'm allying in Merry into this list, and he's got 15 battling brandy bucks. Yeah,
strength 4, 15 strength 4 hobbits. Yes.
Yeah. For 4 points.
Yeah.
Oh, 5, sorry.
5, because they plus 1 points. Okay, that takes us to normal Hobbit Militia. They go in B, or even C.
Yeah.
I think they got to go B.
C by profile, C by profile, B by nature.
Yeah.
B by the fact that you have to have all of them. Yeah.
Billion of them. There's a billion of them, and you use their special strikes all the time.
Yeah.
Sheriff's S tier.
Just all the time.
Sheriff's S tier. Check them in.
Sheriff's S tier.
Say less. 5/3, they can stun things on a 5+ unless it's a monster. Then it's 6.
Sheriffs are only strength 2.
Oh, there you
go. Either way.
Anyway.
So I guess Holford's a big boy. Anyway.
Holford's a big boy.
Tim the Hobbit Ballista.
Tim the Hobbit Ballista.
This is Tookish Hunters. Okay. I was going to say this is Tookish Hunters, but sure.
B.
Is this Tookish Hunters? Or Hobbit Hunters?
That one's Tookish Hunters.
Yep. Okay.
B tier.
I don't like them, but
yeah.
You think my initial reaction was A because you're like, oh, fight 3, heck yeah. And then you're like, wait, why would I bother paying a point to become the same fight value as the people I'm fighting on average?
Yeah.
When I could save those points and get more hobbits.
Even these days, that's not even the case. There's a
lot of fight 4 out there.
Fight 2 is actually better to have than to pay the point for fight 3.
100%.
I actually genuinely think it might be C tier because I would rather just take regular archers.
Fair.
Yeah.
Unless, like you save well, assuming you're putting them into Pippin and Paladin's warbands, like you're
if you
saving
take the defenders and you put them in there, you have to make them Tookish Hunters.
Oh, do you have to?
You must make them Tookish Hunters if they're in his warband in the defenders. Paladin is always you may. Yeah, you always just swap it. You just give.
Just don't give him archers.
Yeah, switch them around
and marry the militia.
Yeah.
Although that being said, Mary having the. I would absolutely every day take a battling branding box over a Tookish Hunter every day.
Yeah. 100%. Warhorn, A tier.
Yeah, 100%. This is the only army where I will say you chuck in
Hobbits.
a Warhorn. Courage 5 Hobbits.
If you're taking Mary, which you always are, you're now Courage 4. If you're taking a Warhorn, you're now Courage 5.
It's cheap.
And your heroes are Courage 7, and like
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. Ready for a little bit of controversy? I'd even put it S tier, to be brutally honest.
Well, the next profile should definitely be an S tier.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Hobbit
if
Bowman,
you ever played against
no
Hobbits and you have not, and you've underestimated Hob Bowman, you've paid for it.
They shoot like fucking elves. 3+ Shuva. It's only strength 2, but there's what you had 27
like
over the weekend.
I had 25.
Yeah, cool. It's going to kill shit. And then you bring in
kill so many things.
You bring in the ambush rule. Bang.
Yeah, ambushing with the Tusken Raiders. Yeah, look, absolutely
ridiculous.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
it's beautiful.
Brutal.
Insane. Well, we've got 2.5 minutes left. This was a little bit rushed, this last one, but I'll be honest, I think it's bang on.
I think the thing is, there's not a lot to say. They have very basic profiles. They're they're fight 2, fight 3,
doing 1. Well, sure, fight 1.
Doing the troops for this list. Doing the troops for this list was more of a formality. Because it was really all about the heroes, let's be honest here.
Because you're always going to have almost all of these troops. Like every single one of these troops is going to have them in a Hobbit list. Except for like obviously there's a kind of battling branding box and Tookish Hunters maybe nebulous.
Yeah, and that's that play style. That's up to you as the Hobbit player. I don't take them, but that's me.
That's you.
But like you're going to have everything else. Like
exactly.
That's just by nature of playing Hobbits, you're going to have them. So like
the only reason you don't is because you don't own the models.
Yeah. And then you're not playing Shire.
The only reason.
Anyway,
just print them.
Shire.
Thanks for joining us, Mr. Kirkby. Really appreciate it. Keep an eye out for a bat rep that may have already come out or is going to come out soon, where Kirkby shows up with some fucking ruffians and some hobbits in that ruffian army. So exciting. You get to see that actually happen.
Turns out I'm actually just a Horde player.
Yeah, that's it. Anyway, here's the fucking Patreon guys zooming through really fast.
Well, Sean, you can add like an extra minute of just black screen to the end of
I could,
right?
but
you can.
I can't wait for this to cut out mid-sentence.
Yeah, he's going to.
You can and you should and you will.
Okay.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you very much.
Goodbye. Don't forget to watch the Reaper Squadron as well. They're excellent, even though they're a dead channel like WOG. Amen. Peace out.
Peace. Pull one out for WOG and Reapers.
Yeah, pull one out for the WOG channel. Dead channel. Bye.
Yeah, we're going to be dead soon too. Bye.
Rumors. It's coming back, boys. WOG, it's coming. You heard it here first. It's about to cut out.
It's just the intensity. When are they gonna go?
Where's it gonna go?
Cut out. End.
Also, Patreon.
Now.
Are we all jumping on the Discord after this, or
now?
Is that what we're doing?
Maybe now.
Now.
Are we gonna? And it's gonna.